Hey guys, welcome to another fun flight in X-Plane. We got the Gazelle fired up, and as you can see it sits rather strangely on this helipad here. We're at a fictional airfield some 10 miles northwest of the city of Krabi in Thailand, and we will do a short utility flight making use of the sling load feature of JRX's Gazelle. We got 8 knots of wind from 050 degrees and a cumulonimbus cloud close by, so we get some lightning and thunder. You just heard it. The scenery is called Krabi Outback Adventures Thailand 1.4, and you can find it on the X-Plane forum for free. This is an awesome scenery with lots of things to discover, quite a few helipads and airports, and it's perfect for bush flying. Not only is the scenery visually appealing, it also features a custom sound set, giving you a lot of immersive jungle sounds. Of course, you can only hear it with the engines off. Let's get moving. I already hear Jimi Hendrix all along the watchtower in my head, which was originally written by Bob Dylan, as almost any song out there on this planet. Seeing as we're in the jungle, it's hot and humid out there with 30 degrees Celsius outside air temperature. And even though it's probably not a good idea to go sling loading during a thunderstorm with the danger of lightning strikes and whatnot, I thought as an armchair pilot I can afford living on the edge. As you can see, the scenery is quite detailed. You get an extra mesh file with the download, and the forest or the jungle seems to be hand placed as well. And there are a lot of small scenes and objects and points of interest that you can fly to and that you can discover. And they've even added a few time-based events apparently, so if you choose Christmas Day for your flight, you might be in for a surprise. I haven't tried that out yet, however you can check the details in the manual. We are flying to Elephant Port, another fictional airstrip just behind this hill here, and that's where we're going to pick up our load. On the banks of the river on our left here, there are a lot of very nicely done custom waterfront houses built into the scenery. You should definitely check that out, making a low and slow flight up the river. You'll also find loads of places to land your helicopters, such as these little jetties down there. There are quite a few boats and ships, and also a shipwreck on the other side of that peninsula up ahead. I decided to fly without doors today, so we hear a lot of the high-pitched whining of the Astazu engine. The sound of JRX's Gazelle is pretty spot on, especially with the blade slap mixed in. However, listening to it for a prolonged period of time might be very tiresome for your ears, so you might want to make use of the intercom feature on the main panel that's blocking out a lot of that sound for you. There's a ship docked, so that's just imagine that we're going to pick up our load there. The way the sling loading options is implemented in JRX's Gazelle is that wherever your helicopter is, the load is sort of right below you, however it is not visible. It only becomes visible once you've successfully captured the load by activating the sling hook on the main panel and then maintaining a stable hover with less than 1 knot ground speed at an altitude of 25 to 30 feet. So let's try this. I'm going to descend into a low hover here. Once you've captured the load, you're going to feel the CG and the flight dynamics of the aircraft changing, and you will see the load suspended below the aircraft. Alright, just a little bit lower. In order for this to work, you need to make sure that the cargo switch is in the on position, and you find that just below the altitude knob of the radar altimeter on the main panel. Next step is putting the cargo mode switch into the cargo position. I have to pause here because unfortunately you cannot assign the cargo mode switch to a joystick button. Alright, we can see the Ember hook light is on, so that means once we're in a stable hover at less than 1 knot of ground speed and at an altitude of 25 to 30 feet, the cargo should be attached to the helicopter. Once the cargo is captured, be prepared to pull aft on the cyclic because the nose of the helicopter will drop. Like so, there we go. Load is attached. You can already feel the helicopter being weighed down by the extra 400 kilograms suspended below the fuselage. I'm going to do a vertical climb out of here before I accelerate. Don't want to drag the cargo through these palm trees up ahead. Now, unfortunately, in replay mode, the cargo is not visible, so I'm just going to pause here to show you how that looks. And off we go to our construction site. Now, you might not be able to see, but you can really feel the change in the flight model once the cargo is attached. Now, once at the site, if you want to release the cargo, you need to assign a joystick button to the cargo release switch. You can do that in the flight controls menu of X-Plane. You also have to set the cargo mode switch to ARM. Another outside look at the cargo. It is spinning, that's nice. There's some lightning. Here's our construction site. I'm going to drop the cargo at that truck down there. let's not forget to put the cargo mode switch into the arm position. And then we can release the cargo by pressing the cargo release switch. Now another funny thing, the cargo will not interact with any custom scenery within X-Plane, and it will also sink into the ground. So you have no way of knowing when it is actually on the ground, so I'm going to have a look here. Still a few meters to go. There we go, it is down, already sinking into the ground. Now, once you press the cargo release switch, be prepared to push forward on the cyclic because the helicopter's nose will pitch up. And you should also be prepared to let go of the right pedal and reduce collective. That's it, the cargo is down, and we can fly back. Let's hurry up before the lightning gets us. So it's fun doing some sling loading with the Gazelle. I think you can change the appearance of the cargo, although I'm currently not really sure how you do that, but it's probably in there in the manual somewhere. It's a lot of fun with the Gazelle. After all, it's a very powerful aircraft, so feel free to check it out. I love the way that they change the flight dynamics once the cargo is captured. However, unfortunately, the cargo doesn't show in the replay mode. Pretty much the same as the spray kit, or the operation of the spray kit in the Cohen Sim MD500, as you might have seen in my last video. Might be quite difficult to implement that into the coding, I don't know. Another nice thing would be if you could actually assign a joystick button to the cargo mode switch on the bottom left corner of the main panel. When you release the cargo or capture the cargo, you're usually hovering the helicopter, so you have your hands full, and it's quite difficult to operate these switches without pausing the game. I highly recommend downloading the Krabi Outback Adventures from the X-Plane forum. You can find a link in the description. It is a lovely VFR scenery with so much to discover, especially for helicopter pilots, and I enjoy flying around here immensely. There is a helicopter base on one of those mountains here, and you will also find a helipad on one of those islands on our 11 o'clock position. So if you haven't already done it, download it today and have fun exploring. So I have recorded quite a few new videos, however it's going to take some time to edit them, you know, besides work and stuff. I also think about doing a short series on flying on VATSIM and ATC for helicopters, so stay tuned for that. Check out the wrecks of a few Russian helicopters on our right-hand side. Those are Mi-8s, I think. So let's grab a cold one at this little cafe here. And we're down. I wonder what that drink might be. Let's see if we didn't clip those lampposts. So that concludes our little bush flying episode with the SA341 Gazelle in the jungle of Thailand. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you around next time. And cheers!